Understand me. The discretion of time must be a preserve of the Speaker. And so, Speaker, look at how to distribute time among members fairly. And that fairly does not mean we have to dictate. It also depends on what quality of debate someone is bringing. Mr. Speaker, I have wanted to talk about the President's tour. I just want to mention a few things.
Okay.
But before I do that, I know a lot has been said about funding for that tour. I don't know if funding was not supposed to be part of it. To the best of my knowledge, any political leader or official that organizes functions, there must be funds available for that. And so funding is a normal thing. They fund. I have heard about crowds. Of course, there is no one who would want to go to a place without crowds, Mr. Speaker. Crowds are there. And in this country, we know it. All political parties and political leaders, they also have to have the crowd. You know, even in Nairobi here, even if it is not a political party, people like where people are gathered, isn't it? Hata utakuja ukute pengine ni nonsense inaendelea, but there is a crowd. So one of the ways that politicians raises crowds is they have to have some people that begins the crowd, then the crowd swells. I want to look at the expectations. I know expectations have been high now from Mount Kenya and from any other place. But I've also had a little bit of imbalance in this whole expectation. There is so much expectation in some quarters. There is so much less expectation in some quarters of this country. I think Mr. President should understand that wherever he goes anywhere, he should be talking and the expectations should be met. Not all quarters of this country are the same. So he has to look at the context of at the background of the people that is meeting. I want to also talk about challenges. I've noticed there is quite, the challenges in Mount Kenya are not necessarily the challenges that are in Coast. They are not the same challenges in Western. They are not the same challenges in North. They are not the same challenges in Nyanza and any other place. And even in Nairobi. Nairobi has its fair share of challenges. So those have to be dealt with. But what is the reality? The reality is, and Mheshimiwa Speaker, I heard this. You know, I was in a vehicle and this guy is a Kisii driver, and then there was a conversation between him because we were seated, the three of us in front. And there is this conversation. The other guy is a Kikuyu friend of mine. And then he tells this Kikuyu that surely you are lying to us. When the president is coming, you are even quoting the figures that the president should give you. And yet when president is coming to Nyanza and Kisii, you say it is all rubbish. I think there is supposed to be, a member said here, there is supposed to be decorum. Decorum in our debates, but also decorum in how we carry ourselves. Part of that decorum must also entail honesty and integrity. If we are lacking that, then we will miss the point. I think we have been treated to a lot of theatrics. And Mr. Speaker, in one of these fine days, I want to speak about the theatrics of Gachagua and the theatrics of one Muturi. And like I always say, I am not somebody who does propaganda. I know propagandists will not like this. But a lot of theatrics, even last night, that was another theatrics that we were being treated to. And I think in the face of wanting to fix the issues of this country and fixing the nation, we must leave theatrics aside. Theatrics will not take us anywhere, and then those emotions will not take us anywhere. Allow me to talk about the reality. The reality is, and Mr. President, I know you know this, Mount Kenya, and especially Mount Kenya West, will not vote for you. It is the truth. They have said it, they mean it. It is, Mr. President, their democratic right. Do not be scared about it. You look for your votes wherever you want to look for the votes. But know that Mount Kenya, no matter how much time you go and spend in Mount Kenya, the votes for 2027 are not there. Do not be bothered about it. It is their democratic right. And I dare repeat it. It is the democratic right of Western to vote whoever they will vote. It is the democratic, of course, to vote whoever they will vote. It is the democratic right of Nyanza to vote whoever they will vote, Rift Valley, but it is also the democratic right of Central and Western region to vote whoever they will vote. In that case, I want to correct one thing, Mr. Speaker, as I come to the conclusion. A member here has talked about the PSS, and that the PSS that controls the cabinet comes from one tribe. I may agree, but I also want us to be honest and know who is that one tribe. That one tribe, I want to begin with the cabinet as it is today. And I want to borrow a little bit from the past regimes. As it stands now, I was just checking and I noticed that from Rift Valley, where the president comes from, up to now, we have 2 cabinet ministers. And I will mention them by name. Mheshimiwa Murkomen and Mheshimiwa Chirchir in Roads. Those are the 2 that comes from Rift Valley. Relax your horses. I'm talking about the cabinet. Then let us move. Let us move to Mount Kenya, that has been saying that they are the ones who installed this government and they have not received a fair share. I checked and I noticed that including the secretary to the cabinet, there are 9.
9 of them.
I have had issues in this country, and I don't take sides. When you tell me that the president is biased and tribalistic, I want us to check in Uhuru administration, how many did we have from Uhuru's background? You can do that math, you can see it. Mheshimiwa, this is my thing, it is not your thing. I'm doing it, so relax your horses. No, relax your horses. I'm coming to it. And you will be surprised. Mheshimiwa Speaker, why am I saying that? If we look, Uhuru had most people, most ministers from his own tribe. When he was the president.
Yes, we remember.
When Kibaki was the president, he had most from his.
Yes,
when Moi was, he had most. On this, I am giving Mheshimiwa Ruto Kongole, because we do not need a country that one tribe dominates.
What about PS?
Right now, the cabinet, as I finish on the cabinet, listen, order, let's protect it. One more minute.
Yes. Those are the accounting officers.
Please, sir, in the interest of stability of bunge. Kira ni kwepo. Kira Barutakimbia. Kira is always relax. I will not mention them because of time, but I would read them because I have them here. I have them here and I would read them. Mheshimiwa Speaker. Let me go to the PS, and I want to tell you, I have done my math, and all of them are 51 in number, which I still feel is blotted. But listen to me. The list, and I will not read. You can go get it instead of doing cheap propaganda. Go get it. It is available everywhere. The Kalenjin community, have 12 PSS.
12, yes. One community.
From Mount Kenya, they have 17. As it stands now,
Communities have 17 and 12.
when
17 plus 9, and they're still making noise.
Mheshimiwa Speaker, and that is why I usually say,
Professor, you are very right. Professor, you are very right. Continue. I don't like my time.
members of the public,
Watu wa mlima, andika watu wa mlima. Andika watu wa mlima. Andika.
I would want to ask us as Kenyans to look at things from the lens of reality and do not be swayed by political theatrics that happens, because that is not the truth. The truth is we want a country where we do not have one tribe dominating in the government and in the public service and in the civil service for over 60 years. I will one of these fine days come here and talk about cartels, and I will prove to you why service delivery is not there. Mheshimiwa Rais, I still want to say you need to reduce the number of ministers coming from the mountain, because we have other quotas in the country. Nevertheless, whether they voted for you or not is not the issue. You need to govern for everybody, and we do not need to see the number of cabinet secretaries coming from one region being 9 or being 10. Reduce them and take them elsewhere, distribute them equally in this country. 2, I also want to address you on the issue of permanent secretaries. Permanent secretaries, even to the extent of having 12 from the current...
Yes.
CEOs wa parastatus.
Sawa, nitakupatia nafasi. Nitakupatia nafasi.
Mheshimiwa Rais, Mheshimiwa Rais, Mheshimiwa Rais, while you discharge your duty, while you discharge your constitutional duty, you must allow regional balance to take place. Where you have done well, we will say you have done well. But where you have done not well, we will also say you have not done well. So please improve. There is room for improvement. There will be a lot of noise, but ignore the noise. Mheshimiwa Speaker, where I come from, there is a saying that says that the croaking of the frogs in the...
I don't hata sitaki kujua jina yako, wacha familia yako. Wewe sasa yangu unataka kujua
from drinking. The cow will drink, raise its head, knock its feet, and the frog will have to disappear. I want to rest my case for this evening.
Thank you.
And God bless you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor. Sawa.
Thank you very much.
Sawa, wait first, then utafollow.
Adam congratulate hapa nyuma.
Sawa, cut around. Fantastic.